Hello, my name's Ray. I'm a recovery practitioner for Hafal in Gwent, Wales. I work as part of a team supporting people with mental illness and their carers to improve their well-being. One of the ways we do this is by running groups and courses. One of the courses that I helped develop is called Creating Positive Memories. I'm hoping that you're going to join me in an online version of it. The aim of this group is to put together a scrapbook full of happy and positive memories. For that, you'll need to get yourself a notebook of some form of description. Scrapbook would be great, but a plain old notebook will do. And if you haven't got either, just get yourself a pad of paper or a piece of paper. You'll need a pen, and it'd be great if you can get yourself some coloured pens, felt tips, gel pens, coloured pencils. But again, plain old pen will do. Don't worry yourself too much. If you haven't got a notebook, you might prefer even to get yourself a box or a jar. You might prefer to make yourself a memory box or a memory jar. Totally up to you, or even what you can get your hands on. At some point in the future, you might like to get yourself a glue stick and some scissors, but it's not vital that you have any of these things today. This is my notebook. I've picked one with a bird on the front because I like birds and they make me happy. You can choose to decorate your notebook with things that make you happy. You might like to cut pictures out of magazines or stick photographs on the front, or if you're lucky enough to have a computer with a printer, you could print some pictures, or you could draw pictures on the front, or you could just draw patterns on the front or doodles. Whatever makes you happy. So why are we talking about creating positive memories? Well, happiness has a huge impact on both life and health. Happiness increases your heart rate and your white blood count and stimulates neurotransmitters in the brain, which produce pain relief. Laughter also decreases stress and anxiety and helps you cope with trauma better, as well as helping you to make better life choices. And while 50% of your happiness is down to your genetics, only 10% is down to your personal circumstance, so things that have happened to you in your life continue to happen to you in your life. So the other 40% is up to you. You can actively choose to make yourself happy or miserable. And this is what this course is all about. Taking control of your well-being to make yourself a healthier, happier person. So the first thing we need to do is to have a think about what makes us happy. Now, everybody's different. So what makes one person happy isn't necessarily what's going to make another person happy. First thing I want you to do is to open up your book, and on the first page, you can either write it at the top and just put a list down, or you can do like I've done, put in the middle things that make me happy, and then just populate the page all around with the things that have made you happy. Now I've done it in coloured pens to cheer up the page, to brighten it up. If you're good at art, you could draw pictures, or if you've got access to a printer, you could print pictures off. You can decorate the page however you like. As I say, everybody's different. If you look at what I've written, I've got, for example, at the bottom of the page, I've written camping. Some people hate camping and they'd be going, oh no, that's horrible. But for me, I love it. I know when we've done this in class, some people have written shopping. For me, that would be awful. I hate shopping. Other people love it. So yeah, I've written my children, grandchildren. Obviously, they don't make me happy 24/7. Sometimes they can make me quite unhappy. But generally, I love my children and grandchildren, and they can make me very, very happy. My garden. I love my garden. It's been an absolute godsend during lockdown to be able to have a garden to sit in and enjoy, especially the wildlife, which is also something that makes me happy. The beach. Walks in nature. Dogs. I love dogs. I also like cats. Music festivals. I go to a world music festival called WOMAD every year. That certainly makes me happy. A bit miserable I won't be going this year, but I have memories of other years think back on. Think of the things that make you happy. Write it down. Now, you won't be able to think of everything in one go, and you might not even be able to think of much at all today, but don't worry about that. This is an ongoing project. Things will come to you, and you can come back and keep adding to this. You can populate your whole book. You don't have to fit it all on one page. You can add to the different pages in your book as the days go on. As humans, we learn from our mistakes. So we tend to focus on negative thoughts and events, all the bad things that have happened to us in our lives. The trouble is, when we do this, we tend to re-experience all the negative emotions that came alongside those events. And of course, this affects our moods, leading us to have bad days. So creating positive memories is all about trying to make ourselves think about the positive things that have happened in our lives. Actually choosing to have positive memories instead of the bad ones, because our brains will not do it automatically. We have to actively make ourselves do it. So the challenge I'm setting you this week is to write down once a day at the end of the day something that's made you smile. It doesn't have to be something that's made you laugh out loud or give you a humongous smile across your face. It can be something that's just made you chuckle a little bit inside, but something that has made you smile. It can be something, a joke you've heard on the TV. It can be that you've seen a funny cat video on YouTube. It could be that your kid did something that made you smile. It could be that you cooked a new recipe that you'd never tried before and you were proud of yourself for having done it. It could be that you went for a walk and saw a flower, or that you saw a bird. I don't know, but something that made you smile. Write it in your book every day this week. And I'm going to like you preferably to do that every day from now on. Some people might prefer to do it and put their thoughts in a jar like this. This is a happy memories jar. I stick the stickers on. And actually my friends who visit sometimes put their happy memories in there as well, and I can pick it out and read them. And that's nice. Nice thing to do. But as you can see from my book, I've been writing things that have made me smile so far in lockdown to give myself a head start. And I had a think and I thought, well, my daughter made a macrame bee hotel, which really made me smile, because I had the idea to make a bee hotel and she took it further and made a very pretty one. I was also made me smile that in my garden I've had hoverflies, which I must have had before, but I don't remember seeing them in such numbers, and not since I was a kid. And that's been wonderful because I do like the wildlife. And also there's been a new series of Friday Night Dinner, which is a comedy programme, which I really find funny. That's been my 3 to give me a head start. But now, like you, this week I've set myself the challenge of writing 1 a day for the next 7 days. You can share these things with other people. Great. You can tell them what you've written down. It's great conversation to have. Feel free to share them on the comments underneath this video, because I'd love to hear what's been making you smile. That would be brilliant. If you're struggling to write anything down or to remember anything that's made you happy today or any of the days in the next week, please do not worry about it. Do not feel pressured to write anything down. But most of the time, there will be something, no matter how slight that smile is, there will be something that's made you smile. So have a go. Have a go at writing something in your book each day. Writing things down reinforces those things in our brain, but also it'll give you something to look back at in years to come. All those little tiny things that made you smile that you would have forgotten about instantly, probably, they'll all be there for you to look back at and remember, and think of how lovely that will be. Thank you for joining me. Next week we'll be looking at the 3 degrees of influence and the links between well-being and gratitude. If you're interested in any of the other videos that Hafal are putting out, then please feel free to look at our Facebook page. and hope to see you all next time.